Weekly update for Friday, October 12th. And the teaser I left you with last week was what keeps Dave Sim going with sales below what I was able to get as a rookie in 1977 with Cerebus #1, and no real sign that that's going to change in the foreseeable future or in the distant future. And the nightmarish amount of work that I'm having to do on the strange death of Alex Raymond, and can't really see that that's going to do much of anything either. So what, how do you get up and start work at 10 o'clock in the morning and work right through until 10 o'clock at night, and sometimes 11 at night, and sometimes midnight, and then just go back to sleep and still be able to keep doing that without worrying about the fact that there's just absolutely no light on the horizon? And the answer to that, at the moment anyway, is the Heart of Juliet Jones strips that I asked Eddie Kana to download from newspaper files, the complete Tulip storyline from 1960, which I was able to see at Syracuse University when I was at the Byrd Library there. And now we're looking for reference for Stan Drake's second wife, Sarah Jane Bunny, and she was the model for Tulip in the storyline. She would have been about 18 at that time, and there's a limit on how many strips that you can get from the Byrd Library for any given project. So we had to pick 20, and because Carson's doing the drawing, it's like, well, Carson, here, you pick which ones out of the Tulip storyline you think you're going to need to be able to draw Sarah Jane accurately. And for my own pleasure, and Eddie Kana had to laugh, because it's like I'm working and working and working hour after hour after hour, just pointlessly. And it's like I'm taking time off and I'm looking at these scans of Stan Drake's Tulip dailies, and that's it. I'm taking time off and I'm just going to do that. And it was such a boost, like when your life has become completely pointless and you get a boost like that. It's like, man, I got to find some way to absolutely carve this into my life. So what I did was got Studio Comics Press to print out the digital files of the Tulip strips, and I've laid them out on the floor of the office. So every time I am leaving my completely pointless Strange Death of Alex Raymond work, and every time that I'm coming into my completely pointless Strange Death of Alex Raymond work, I am able to look down at this batch of comic strips that Stan Drake did 58 years ago and go, this guy is completely forgotten. Scott Dunbier at IDW told me the story about when Scott was still exclusively an art dealer, that somebody came up to him at a convention and had a stack of Stan Drake Heart of Juliet Jones originals, literally a stack, that he was selling for Stan Drake. Could he get $1 each for them? And Scott sort of went, I don't know if there's even a market for this. So Scott actually pooled in with some other art dealers who agreed to take X number of these strips at $1 each. And it's like, okay, that's one of those, if you think that your situation is futile, imagine Stan Drake at the end of his life not being able to get $1 each for strips like this. When the universal consensus of what you think is excellent is that it's pointless, then you can't be very surprised when work that you do, aspiring to excellence, is also deemed to be pointless. But to me, the only answer to that is do good work. What are you going to do? Do bad work to try and become more popular? That doesn't make sense. Okay, we will see a bunch of you, I hope, next week for the October 19th update.